Hello everybody, it's GeneralGigan here, stomping back at you with another Minecraft video. I did a poll on Twitter asking who you want to see in the next Legend 7.0 video, so in today's video, I'll be going over Green Arrow and Black Canary changes in Legend 7.0, such as new powers and power reworks. I'll be doing more polls like this in the future, so be sure to follow me on Twitter to know when the next poll goes live. But before the video starts, only a small percentage of people are actually subscribed, so if you end up liking a video, consider subscribing. This is the 13th episode of a video series I'm doing of all the upcoming changes in Legend 7.0. Mostly all characters will be updated to some extent, as well as new gameplay features, mobs, and a buildable Met Q himself, so stay tuned.
My name is Oliver Queen. For 5 years I was stranded on an island with only one goal: survive.
Oliver Queen, aka Green Arrow, is a tier 3 with a defensive medium. His alignment is to the light, and his class is a controller, which allows you to dodge incoming attacks by rolling. He has Strength 2, Speed 1 when sprinting, Acrobatics 2, which allows you to double jump and scale walls, Fortitude 2, which gives a slight knockback resistance, fall damage mitigation, and reduction to certain damage types. He also has Mental Defense 1, which decreases the effects of mental attacks. Nausea effects are reduced if less than the defense's magnitude. Green Arrow also has Stealth, which allows you to vanish in the dark. Green Arrow's equipped key is his bow. Equipped your bow, able to fire specialized trick arrows. Ability 5, Select Arrow. Cycle through built-in trick arrows. Alternatively, you can use a number pad to automatically select a specific arrow. If you don't have a number pad, you have to use the old method of cycling through gadgets. Although Green Arrow has different arrows, they all can't be fired at the same rate. You can shoot the normal arrow faster than the ice. They also decrease in damage when at a further range. Now let's look at the arrows. The normal arrow deals 2 durability and has a 5% chance to disarm opponents. This arrow has the fastest draw time. The next arrow is the explosive. Exploding on a timer, this arrow deals 10 durability. The next arrow is a tear gas arrow. Dealing 1 durability, this arrow blinds your opponent. The next arrow is the fire arrow. Dealing 10 durability, this arrow sets your opponent on fire. The next arrow is the cryonic arrow. Freeze your target in ice while staggering them. The final built-in arrow is the boxing glove arrow. Dealing 5 damage, you knock your opponent back. The only craftable arrow is the kryptonite arrow. Right-click the arrow to attach it to your bow. When you hit a Kryptonian with the arrow, they will begin to take damage and lose all their powers for 30 seconds. Green Arrow's utility is his grapple arrow. Draw your bow back, and when you release, a grappling arrow will shoot out, pulling you to where you want to go. Shooting a player with this will pull them towards you, allowing you to drag them around. Ability 1, Flechette. Throw either a tranquilizer or a smoke flechette out. The tranquilizer will stagger opponents for 5 seconds, while the smoke will disperse a strong puff of smoke out. Shift to throw the smoke flechette. You can't throw them if the bow is drawn. Ability 2, Bow Bash. You have 10 seconds to bash your bow against your opponent, stunning them. Deals 5 damage and can block certain types of attacks. Ability 3, Combat. Increase your damage by 2 every few hits with the potential to avoid basic melee attacks. Opponent's knockback is also decreased after being winded, allowing more blows to land. Lasts for 15 seconds. Ability 4, Double Arrow. Fire 2 arrows from your bow, dealing double the amount of damage for a limited amount of time. Green Arrow's special is You Have Failed This City. Fire a hypocryonic arrow, completely freezing your target in place, followed by a barrage of highly charged explosive arrows. Deals around 80 to 100 damage depending on how many times you draw and land shots.
And here I heard you were some kind of brilliant fighter. You heard right.
Dino Laurel Lance, aka Black Canary, is a tier 4 with a defensive medium. Her alignment is to the light and her class is a controller. She has Strength 1, Speed 1 when sprinting, Acrobatics 2, Fortitude 1, and Stealth. Ability 1, Canary Cry. Release a powerful sonic attack from your vocal cords, able to knock back opponents. It also slows down opponents while dealing 8 damage in total. Damage decreases to 4-1 at a distance. This can be used to shatter glass, vegetation, or extinguish fires, as well as deflect certain projectiles if facing them. The CW Black Canary's cry looks different than the comics. Ability 2, Kick Backflip. Perform a kick backflip, knocking your opponent into the air. Deals 10 damage and grounds for 5 seconds. Ability 3, Combat. Increase your damage by 2 every few hits with the potential to avoid basic melee attacks. Opponent's knockback is also decreased after being winded, allowing more blows to land. Lasts for 10 seconds. Ability 4, Pounce. Pounce forwards, knocking over anyone in your way. Stuns affected targets for 2 seconds. Grounds for 5 seconds while dealing 4 damage. Ability 5, Gas Pellet. Throw a gas pellet on the ground, temporarily blinding everyone nearby as they breathe in a poisonous gas. This move can do up to 3 damage. Black Canary's equipped key is Disruption. Use your Canary Cry to knock back opponents and stagger them for 5 seconds while dealing 4 damage. Black Canary CWV1's equipped is Bow Staff. Equip your Bow Staff, able to counter and stagger opponents by attacking while blocking every 10 seconds if timed correctly. Black Canary CWV2's equipped key is Tonfa. Black Canary CWV3's equipped is Baton Staff. This works the same way as the previous 2 weapons. Black Canary's utility is Bleeding Cry. Exert a cry exceeding 300 decibels, causing the ears of your opponent to bleed. Deals 12 damage plus 5 seconds of bleeding, totaling 22 to 25 damage. Damage decreases when out of range. Black Canary's special is Canary Scream. Bellow a powerful scream that stuns opponents, causing great injury to them in the process. Deals 96 damage in total. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, consider subscribing for more content like this. I'll be doing more polls on Twitter, so be sure to follow me so you don't miss out on the next poll. Hoorah and epicness of awesomeness.